كافها يا عين صاد ذكر رحمة ربك عبده زكريا إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا.
Europe has at least 44 million Muslims, and many of them, except the very young and ill, are now fasting. A time for spirituality and internal cleansing, it comes around every year. But for some, it's a wholly new experience. Spanish London and Nadia is experiencing Ramadan for the first time.
Before I revert to Islam, I was thinking, oh, Ramadan is just not to eat. Why they do that? Why people stop eating? And after, when we know the meaning, I think we just feel very good doing it. At the end of the day, it's just, we feel very good. It's not that hard.
The East London Mosque is one of a number of centres in the UK to have various initiatives that support new Muslims. At each evening during Ramadan, the mosque offers free meals for people to break their fast, making sure no one has to eat alone.
What better place than Islamic mosque or a masjid to break your fast? Having lots of converts or reverts, Muslim brothers and sisters who don't have the family support that they need, the usual Muslim brothers and sisters have. So they find themselves very isolated, and having or providing iftar from this facility caters for all of those needs.
Barrister Ahmed Thompson still recalls his first experience 45 years ago.
When I first accepted Islam, which was August '73, Ramadan came, not much later, so I just learned to pray and then it was time to fast. It was an extraordinary experience. That first Ramadan was from starting out and thinking, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I've taken it on, but will I be able to do it? And finding that it's very easy, in fact. It's very much, it brings people together.
As the sun now sets on yet another day of fasting, it seems that a new personal story dawns with each Ramadan. Yasmin Khatoon Diwan, TRT World, London.
Muslims around the world are fasting. It is the month of Ramadan for them. Most of the world's 1.2 billion Muslims are abstaining from eating or drinking from dawn to dusk. Because of geographical reasons, the number of fasting hours vary by country depending on the period of time between sunrise and sunset. In the United Kingdom, Muslims are fasting up to 19 hours a day. But what happens to people who have just converted to Islam and observing their first fast? BBC Africa's Salim Kikeke went to find out.
When you remember the people who do not have food.
A spiritual session at the Central Mosque in London. Muslims, non-Muslims as well as new Muslims are invited here to know more about the month of Ramadan. Converting to Islam is often a private matter, and most people here are not ready yet to speak about their new religion. But some are. Ben became a Muslim almost a year ago, but only started fasting this year.
It's kind of a bit of a shock to the system, because you're so used to just, when you're thirsty, grabbing a glass of water, whatever, or when you're hungry, just going to get something to eat. But you almost forget sometimes, where you just think, oh no, great, I'll just grab a glass of water, and then you remember. So it's kind of like training yourself a little bit.
Most Muslims start fasting at a very young age, and then when they become adults, it doesn't seem to be much of a problem. But for new Muslims, it can be quite challenging, and that's not the end of it. As we're in the middle of summer here in the UK, Muslims on this part of the world can go up to 18 hours without food or drink.
Muslims in Denmark will have to fast for almost up to 21 hours this year, as the sun sets for a mere 3 hours daily. On the other hand, Muslims in Argentina will have the shortest days and would have to fast for 9 hours and 30 minutes. As the sun finally sets in London, Ben invites me to a restaurant to break the fast. It's a feast known as iftar, traditionally beginning with dates, and for Ben, lots of water.
I feel human again. Someone actually said to me, you became a Muslim at a time where Ramadan has been the hardest it's been for a long, long time.
After the meal, Ben heads back to the mosque for the special night prayers observed only during Ramadan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
He has a few hours to go before the fast begins, and he has to do it all over again. Salim Kikeke, BBC News, London.
قال رب إني وهن العظم مني واشتعل الرأس شيبا ولم أكن بدعائك رب شقيا وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي وكانت امرأتي عاقرا فهب لي من لدنك وليا يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب واجعله رب رضيا